For the very first time in my entire life, I was able to create a very beautiful and amazing makeup on myself. I mean, the type I would do on my clients. And that was something amazing for me. You know, like sometimes I used to say that I don't like to wear makeup. Makeup is not good for me. I don't like to wear makeup. Wearing makeup is stressful and all that. But you know one thing, the happiness and the joy that I felt after doing this makeup was one I have never had ever, honestly. But anyhow, I'm happy that I actually filmed this process because it is actually an amazing journey. Come with me, let me show you guys how I created this amazing makeup look on myself. Okay guys, so the first thing I did was to clean my face, and then I'm putting on a moisturizer. I had to do my skin prep because you know, it's one of the things that will keep my face hydrated throughout the makeup process. Equal the fact that I'm actually very nervous about this. In fact, this particular makeup, I'm really prepared for it. After that, I'm putting on my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I think constantly doing my makeup these days is actually making me get better and better every day. So I'm putting on this Milk Hydro Grip Primer on my face as well, avoiding it to touch my under eyes. I'm just applying it every other place except directly under the eyes. Okay, so I'm just using my hand to press this into my skin, so I don't know when I'm applying my skin prep. I have to use my two hands to blend it in. I don't know why. So I have to apply my under eye cream because I want the under eyes to get a lot of hydration. So I have a very dry skin basically, so I have to put on a lot of hydrating products on the skin for my skin to retain the makeup. If not so, my makeup is going to get cakey. So I have a very dry skin actually, and I'm in the UK where everything is dry. Okay, I'm just using my hand to blend this in. After that, I'm putting on this primer. This is a classic mattifying primer. I'm putting that on my brows and basically just around my nose, you know, basically, yeah, this place. I don't want to apply this heavy mattifying primer every other place because, of course, I don't want my face to be mattified. So after that, I'm using this Milk Hydro Grip Spray. I spray this all over my face to lock in my hydration. Okay, I'm actually very excited and very happy about this makeup look. I am prepared to create an amazing job. So I was just praying to God for this to come out nice, honestly. So guys, the first thing I did was to outline my brows. Okay, so you know what, one thing I used to do before was to do my skin prep first before the brows. So when I'm trying to draw these brows, I noticed that the pencil was not sliding well because of the skin prep and the spray. So I had to use a certain powder to set my brows. I didn't stain it down, I didn't do anything. I'm just setting it with certain powder. That would going to help me to dry out that area. Okay guys, so I'm just outlining. So I decided to do brows first because I realized that doing my brows is always a thing. It's always a very difficult challenge for me. In fact, if I get every other thing, the brows is always a big challenge. So I decided to do that first. And now at this point, I don't even know if doing my brows first was going to be helpful because I've never done that. Even if I've done every other thing in makeup, I've never done brows before skin prep on myself. I have done it on clients when I started makeup newly, but on myself, no, I have not done that. So I don't even know if I will be able to do it. I'm like, my foundation blending, will I be able to get it? My every other thing, will I be able to get it? I don't know. So doing this brows, this side of the brows was not that. It's difficult though because I edited this video, but not as difficult as this side. Like I was tired, my hands were paining me, I was twisting myself. It was this brows, like at a point I was even asking myself if I was going to, you know, like get what I'm doing. I was even checking to know. I was even very skeptical about whether I'm going to get these brows because you see at a point there when I was first of all, if I want to do brows, I'll first of all sketch down the down part before I go to the up part. But at this point I did the down part. I'm like, should I clean these brows and just start with the skin prep? At least before I get to the brows, I would have known that I did halfway. But still, I am looking at this side I've drawn and the second side, they're not even the same thing. Like this one is too short. I have to start extending it, and I'm trying I told myself that today is the day the Lord has made. I must get this brows whether I like it or not. So it's actually the brows part that, you know, like got me stressed out. After I was done outlining the brows, I have to go ahead and, you know, use my spoolie brush to brush it up. I was looking at it, I'm hoping that everything is fine. So after that, I'm using my Nuban Beauty Concealer. I'm using a lighter shade, the shade 043. Yeah, because my skin is not that light. So I'm using that particular shade to, you know, outline the down part of my brows. And equally outlining the brows, it was difficult, but not as difficult as concealing the brows was a little bit difficult, but not as difficult as outlining it, especially is it the right hand side or the left? I think it's the left hand side. That part was difficult for me. So I'm concealing the brows now. I'm just being careful, in as much as it's not easy for me. It's not easy, but I'm going, because this is actually something that I don't used to do. And I'm like, how can I be a makeup artist? I'm equally a YouTuber now. I have to be creating content about me doing makeup on myself. How can I, what excuse do I have not to know how to do this? I have to conquer this today. That was what I said to myself, and I continued. Okay, after concealing this down part of the brows, I have to smudge the concealers out and blend it together to make sure that everything is okay. After that, that side has been achieved, and I move to the second side. So I'm concealing this brows as well. This particular side, yeah, that is actually the side that has showed me pepper before, but I was ready, I was willing to conquer. So, you know, at this point I was already seeing that it's going to work. I'm going to do this makeup today, so I don't care. In fact, I think I used almost going to 20 minutes or 30 minutes to do this brows, and that's crazy, because if I can use that long to do the brows, how come the makeup? So one of the things I did was to try and conceal the upper part of my brows. You know, I was not comfortable because, you know, I did makeup, skin work before brows, maybe it would have been easier for me to, you know, leave the brows without concealing it. But trying to conceal the brows, that was messed up. I realized, I just, you know, like, I did, that's bad. So I decided to actually leave it. I'm not concealing again, and that is the end. I told myself, you see these brows, it have to remain like that. Okay, so one thing I did is to set my brow bone with powder, because that's one thing I have to do if I actually did the brows before skin work. Make sure you set it with powder to secure your brows, because you don't want to be working and your hand mistakenly touch your brows and boom, everything got stained. So I'm just trying to set it. And one of the best thing I did for myself was actually doing these brows before skin work. I have learned that I have to be doing that way. So after I was done with the brows, I just left it here and I went over to the foundation. So I'm using the NARS foundation. I'm going to actually find the name of this NARS so that I'll be telling you guys the name of the NARS foundation that I'm using on myself. So I'm using the NARS foundation and the Loreal True Match. The Loreal True Match is in the shade W10. So I mix it with the NARS foundation to get this shade. And one funny thing that I will always say, I don't actually know my exact foundation shade because I don't used to do makeup. And I have decided to buy good brands of foundation. Like I've decided to buy high-end brands for myself. I can't be using foundation I'm using for clients to do makeup. That's crazy. How can me? Why am I even complaining? I'm the person that used to don't like to do makeup. I'm the person that don't want to be doing makeup on myself. So why am I complaining? I have to, you know, continue moving, but that's by the way. So after that, I'm using the concealer. That's the same concealer I use in concealing the brow bone. That is in the shade 043. I use that in the inner corners. I'm equally being very careful not to apply a very high, you know, strong, light concealer. After that, I'm using the Tarte shape concealer. I actually don't know the shade. I'm using this concealer in the outer part. I'm equally being very careful. So when it comes to doing my makeup, I don't know why, but I'm scared of products. I'm scared of putting product on my face. If it's on a client, probably I would have put more than this. But you see, on myself, I'm scared because I think on a client, even if like anything wants to go wrong, I can easily correct it. But you see, on myself, I cannot correct it. My skin is actually not bad, so there is no much to cover to start with. So I'm being so careful not to, you know, like mess up. So I'm using my beauty blender from Alabama Beauty. Alabama Beauty Blender is a very soft sponge. I'm using that to blend out the Tarte Shape Tarte concealer. That's a very, very good, sweet, full coverage concealer. So I just added small because like little of this concealer always goes a long way. If you don't know that, know it now. Little of it goes a long way. So it's a very, very good concealer. So I just added that and I had to just blend it out. And it's in fact, the concealer I've actually collected is my personal shade now, because I'm just paying attention to know the shades that actually suits me. So I'm just being careful to select my shades. It's remaining foundation. Once I get my foundation exact shade, I'll lock in my box, my own personal box. Yeah, because I'm out to start doing makeup now. So the next thing I did was I left the lighter shade of concealer under my eyes, so I have to go ahead and contour my nose. So I'm using I mixed Blot Beauty foundation and Jaydriz Cosmetics foundation. I mixed the both shades together because I was looking for a darker shade for contour. But actually, this contour shade, honestly, is darker than my body. It's darker. I have to mix it with my concealer, the concealer on the palette. I have to mix it up to be able to get to lighten it up, because it was actually very dark when I was done mixing. I'm not actually as dark as I used to think I am. I feel like if I'm buying a foundation shade, I'm going to make mistake, because I used to see myself as a very dark person. But when I begin to put product on my face, I used to realize that I'm not that dark. Actually, so I don't know why I keep saying actually. So guys, I'm just blending the quality concealer on the contour product on my forehead, and I'm being careful around my brows area. Okay guys, so this blush is a brush palette. Just a brush, I don't know if I'll call it a palette because it's not many, that a brand gave me, so I decided to use it. And one funny thing with this is that I think it has this tint inside it that shines, because this is shiny. I'm telling you, like, it has this kind of glow inside it. There is nothing you can tell me this thing has glow, because it's added glowish, beautiful things on my face. I think I'm going to look for the brand, and it's from colouredraine. What am I even saying? It's colouredraine that sent this to me. Is a US brand, so they have sent me this product, and this blush is beautiful, guys. It's lovely. Okay guys, so when I was done applying my blush, I have to go ahead and blend out the concealer under my eyes. Do you see how everything is coming together? Like, can you see that everything is coming together? This makeup, I'm telling you, like, I'm so excited. I'm so happy about the whole thing. So I'm blending the concealer under my eyes, and I'm just, like, blending that. And after blending, I have to go ahead and set with my setting powder. And guys, remember, the last time I did my makeup, I had to complain about using using compact powder to set my makeup first, and I didn't do that here. So I used the Merak Cosmetics setting powder to set my makeup in the shade cinnamon. Yeah, so I used cinnamon shade to set my under eyes, and that is the best shade for me. So I have collected one for myself as well. Laifa, anybody that knows Laifa should tell her to get me to give me another product. Or I don't know how I'm going to buy. I hope you have distributor in the UK, because my powders is about to finish, because I don't know if I'm actually, even if I change brands, I don't know if I will change the setting powder. It's a good one. Okay guys, moving on. I'm just setting my everywhere, like every highlighted areas. I love how this powder is being on my face. I love how it's coming out. It's not too shouty. It's just an enough amount. Like, I mean, it's just enough highlights. It's not over highlighted. It's not dark. It's just perfect. So I'm just using my powder palette. I think it's from Royal Makeup, or I think so. I'm using that to set my the rest of my face. I love this powder palette because I get a contour shade from it. I don't know, will I be able to go or do without powder palettes? I don't know, because powder palettes make me get the exact shades. I don't just apply one shade on anybody's face, I mix shades. And oh no, I don't know, probably one day I'll be able to do without all these what is it called, I'll be able to do without palettes. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm just contouring my face. I contoured my face and now I'm contouring my nose as well, just using a darker shade from the palette as well. So after that, the next thing I did was to actually now get my okay, the powder, the normal powder, to now equally set the under eyes as well. Okay guys, so after that I'm adding my blush. So I get the blush from, I think it's from my eyeshadow palettes. So I'm just mixing two shades together, and this is one thing I have not got for myself as well, like a blush palette. I've been wanting to get a particular brand, but I'm not buying it yet. So I'm going to buy, there's a brand I'm in love with. When I get it, I'm going to let you guys know. It's a powder blush. Okay guys, so after that I have to bake my face. Remember that, like, I have to bake because I'm about to do eyeshadow, and getting to this point and realizing that I have done my brows was one thing again that gave me joy. Okay guys, so I'm equally in love with this Tarte concealer. So the first thing I did was to add it as my eyeshadow primer, and I love how it actually glides on top of my eyelid and covers my dark eyelid, because I have a very dark eyelid, and that's crazy. Yeah, I used to have an eye problem, so I have the dark eyelid, so it covers my dark eyelid, and that's lovely. Like, it covers it and everything is beautiful guys, beautiful. So I just love the way it glides on. It's just a concealer, but it covers. You know, one funny thing, doing this makeup, my hand keep paining me, but there is nothing I could do. I had to continue. And again, this is actually the first time I did my eyeshadow, and I love the fact that I did the blending so well. So I'm using this eyeshadow palette from colouredraine as well. So this is one of my go-to eyeshadow palettes. Honestly, this eyeshadow palette can never ever leave my side. I can never ever do without this palette. I go for bridal jobs with just this palette. It's so beautiful. Like, I love how the colors glides on. It's from colouredraine, this brand. Okay, moving on. I'm just, like, trying to darken the outer V part of the eyes. In as much as, like, it's been difficult. Like, yeah, I know the blending is not 100%, but like, one thing that is going to be my highlight is going to be the day I'm going to create a cut crease on myself. I don't know if that would ever come to pass, but any day I create a cut crease on myself, I swear to God, I'm going to throw a party for you guys. Yeah, I have to throw a party. I'll throw a party for you guys if I create a cut crease on myself. I'll throw a party. I love to create cut crease, but I think I can never do it on myself, because creating eyeshadow on myself is crazy. It's not easy. This is mad. It's not easy, like, but this side of the eyeshadow came out pretty nice. I love the blending. So when I was done with the blending, I have to go back to these eyes. I'm asking these eyes, oh boy, what is wrong with you? Can't you see these eyes? Can't you see how it's coming out? Can you imagine if I'm doing smoky? Like, this eyeshadow came out pretty good. I was looking at it, I'm like, I'm proud of myself. Okay guys, so I just used my brush to, no, the first thing I did was to blend. I started blending the concealer I had under my eyes. So I'm just blending the concealer again, or adding a little bit more, because I wanted to, start placing my eyeshadow base now. And for my eyeshadow base, I think I'm using powder basically, because, like, one thing, I love nude. I've said it before, nude. When it comes to my eyes, nude. And this shade, I didn't know it was going to be this light. I thought it was going to be less light. So it was when I was done applying it, in fact, when I collected my phone, that I know it was this light. So I was thinking from the place I was looking at it, it was not this bright. If not, I wouldn't have. I love it when I use like little or no eyeshadow on myself. Okay guys, so that is it basically. Yeah, of course I looked at myself and I'm feeling myself. I am feeling myself. Like, I am feeling myself. I love what I'm seeing and what I have. I love everything. Okay, one thing again that equally gave me headache was lining my eyes. It feels weird. It feels horribly weird. I could not. Please, anybody that have a better idea on how I can line the eyes should let me know, because I feel like I'm going to choke something inside my eyes and this is crazy. How do I do this with my eyes open? How do I do this with my eyes open? Like, I don't know. In fact, this side I was making mistakes and I don't know what to do. But I keep going because ain't no way I'm going to stop. I have gotten to this point. I've gotten this far. I have to continue. So after lining this point, I looked at myself and I actually have to line the under eyes, and that's one of the issues again, because I have to open my eyes, and you know what they said. I don't know who sang the song. Water full my eyes, but I'll be alright. I think it's the video. So I think that is what I'm facing at this point, because water have fooled my eyes. I'm about to cry. But anyway, I allowed this some time to clear, and then the next thing I place my lashes. I'm trying to see if it fits, and yes, it fits. So I added my glue and then I placed the lashes. Yeah, the reason why I love to do these lashes before I do my lips is because, guys, if I do the lips, I'm done with that makeup. If I not fix lashes before the lips, I am not going to fix it again. So because I have to, I don't know, I'm just trying my best to make things work. At this point, I'm looking at this eyeshadow. This eyeshadow giving right now. I'm actually saying that this eyeshadow is giving, but I don't know, is it giving? But anywho, I fixed the lashes and it stayed, and it's nice. Is this thing? Oh wow, it stayed. That is actually it. So I have to go ahead and dust out the excess powder on my face. Guys, can you even see this? Is it me that did this makeup on myself, or somebody else did it for me? Because like, I can't understand. This makeup is the best makeup I've done on myself, guys. Like, I don't know. It's the best I've done on myself. I'm just, you know, like, I don't know how, like, can you even see? I even chiseled my face. Like, everything came out so nice. I have to do my contour. I have to add my blush. I have to recreate everything. I'm just, you know, making it, you know, like, show everything is nice. Everything is popping. So I got my cheek glaze. I'm trying to add that glow back on my face. Can you even see how excited I am doing this voiceover? That's to show you guys how happy I am that I'm able to achieve something like this, because this is a milestone for me. Do you know what it is that a makeup artist can't even do her makeup? Okay guys, so I use my setting spray again. That's the same setting spray that I used in the beginning. I've forgotten the name. The same setting spray I used in the beginning. I don't know. Why am I forgetting the name? So I sprayed it on my face. Oh no, I don't know. I lost it. The Milk Hydro Grip Spray. How can I forget? So I sprayed it on my face and I used my beauty blender to blend the spray in while I'm drying it. So after that, I added my blush and then the lips. So there's this lips combo I saw on somebody, and I decided to do it on myself. So it's actually applied like this. They have to use the lips applicator that is inside the lip stain. This lip stain is for me, actually, the dark brown, and apply it much. I would never on a normal day apply this amount of lip stain on my it's too much now. The brown is, am I acting Nollywood? It's too much now. The brown is too much, but because the person I saw, I'm trying to recreate what she did. This is what she did now, so I'm trying to recreate that, because when I was telling myself that this is too much, but still. And one funny thing, because I am also addicted to putting on gloss, because this lip stain could have just been perfect without gloss. Why did I have to put on gloss in it? I don't know. I already did it. There is no going back. So I have to, you know, like I'm blending the two shades. So I just added a nude shade, and I'm blending the two shades. You know, like this lipstick, it could have just been perfect without the gloss. Like, it's good. But you know, when you add gloss, you begin to like smack, and I know myself, like once gloss is on my mouth, I have to keep doing too much of smacking my lips and doing a lot of things, and before you know it, it will just scatter the whole lips. I don't know. Yeah, I was done with the application, and I had to add gloss. I don't know whether this way for me and gloss, but I don't know if I can actually do anything without gloss. So this is me just applying my gloss. I was done, and I used my So Pro and locked everything in, and I'm blending it in with my beauty blender. And guys, can you see this girl? Like, can you see this girl? Like, are you feeling me? Like, because I'm feeling myself. This makeup is so lovely. This makeup is so nice. I am so amazed. I know you love this makeup as much as I do. I know you love it, and because I love you too, please feel free to, you know, tap into the blessing, because it's actually blessing in disguise. I am just feeling myself. I actually want to play a little bit while before I actually end the video, in as much as I am done and there is no other thing I have to say. But you know, feel free to watch a little bit more of me while I'm. Can you see this beautiful girl? Like, the beauty is to behold. The beauty is amazing. I love you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I love you. And please do share my videos, because I am going to be dropping more for you guys. Bye.